I'm going to share with you the actual Illinois statute that makes what this mayor, Brandon Johnson, says is an absolute fabrication, and anything that he tries to write via executive order is actually unlawful, because in the state of Illinois, in order to pass a law that usurps another law, that would have to go through the legislative body. So basically, this mayor is trying to use an executive order to tell his police force that they are not allowed to arrest somebody who's using violence against a federal officer. But I'm going to show you why the Illinois statute makes what he is saying absolutely untrue, and in fact will be the very thing that will be used against him in a court of law when he is arrested and prosecuted. So basically what he said was, when he was asked pointedly and specifically, did he tell the police to stand down? Now I'm going to put this on closed caption, okay, so you can hear or see what he says. That they respond to every, like you have to call 911. Okay, the problem with that is he's acting like it doesn't matter that a crime was done in the presence of police. So when you see crimes happening in the presence of police, there are two things that happens. One, they have the discretion, if it's a misdemeanor, they have the discretion to arrest them. It gives them the duty and the power to arrest them if it's done in their presence. But as a misdemeanor, it's at their discretion. Shouldn't be that way, but it is. But when it comes to a felony, they are mandated, and especially when it's a federal crime. So the things when they attacked or shot an ICE agent or a federal officer, not only is it a state crime, felony, it's also a federal crime. So the police officer, who is, for the sake of getting a paycheck, selling his soul to this demon-inspired person, is going to be going down with him, because they too can be prosecuted. Here is the statute of the state of Illinois, and this is the breakdown of it, but I will show you the actual statute via the government website. But this is the overview. In Illinois, the police officers have the duty, note the word duty, not discretion or power, duty, to arrest individuals when they witness a felony committed in their presence, under the authority granted by Illinois statutes, and the common law principle of the power of peace officers to make arrest without a warrant. This power allows for arrest when an officer has probable cause to believe a felony has occurred and the person being arrested is the one who committed it. So under the Illinois statutes, while the specific text of a statute mandating this specific duty is not provided in the search results, I will show you, okay, the actual statute. But the probable cause, that's all they need. That's all they need. So if an officer says, hey, this person has shot me, hey, this person has committed an assault on me, hey, this person has threatened me, those three acts are felonies. And while those cops are all out there, they're doing it in the presence of the cops. And not only that, I saw one video where they literally are attacking cops and screaming at them because they think that they might be supporting these officers. Okay? This is the statute. Very interestingly, while all this lies going on by the mayor, guess what? The Illinois General Assembly website is down. But check this out. This is by Manning Law Firm, which is in Illinois, stating the law, what constitutes a legal arrest, the officer, what is legally required for an officer to arrest you. Required is the key word here. The officer has probable cause. He has personally observed the crime. He has legal authority to arrest the perpetrator. So this mayor is sitting there saying, well, if they call 911, then we'll respond. Knowing, and the reason he's saying that is because the ICE agents have the authority, right? Like they're like not going to call the cops up. Like he's trying to evade the fact that the cops have the duty, that they were there on site when these people are out there attacking. Because the specific question to the mayor was, did you tell them to stand down? Meaning they were on site in some of these situations where they're physically being attacked. Okay, so that means these officers, it doesn't matter who they're attacking. And not only this, when they're out there throwing things like they have been in many cities, from bridges, throwing things down off of bridges onto common cars and throwing Molotov cocktails and shooting guns in any place or any kind of weapon that they're using puts everybody at risk. And that doesn't even talk about the noise ordinance that many people have called in and complained about literally all night long. Those ICE buildings, there's apartment buildings nearby. And they have called and they've now sued them. So these cops are like, they don't have any way to win. They need to resign because they're selling their souls for a paycheck. They're not going to win when it comes to obeying that mayor because he doesn't have the law on his side. And eventually he is going to be prosecuted, right? And these cops are going to go down with them. Maybe the feds will use them to, to testify against them and, give them immunity or something. But this mayor, I just want people to know how he is lying and the fact that he is lying and being very specific in his evasion of the truth. So no matter what side you're on, whether you're not liking what Trump's doing, when somebody's sitting here and they're lying like this, it's not okay. This is not somebody that should be trusted because they're lying. And why should other people that may be passerbys or whatever, or people living, why should they all have to be subject to somebody who's lying like this? And nobody should be in power like this to sit here and lie. Everybody should know. Everybody needs to know so that no cop or anybody can lie to you and act like they don't have a duty to arrest somebody. If they do a crime in their presence, specifically a felony, they don't have a discretion. They have a duty to arrest. And that way, if they don't, go find yourself a lawyer and take them to court. Because some people, in fact, are doing just that.